Afternoon, everybody. Just sitting up my area. Look, I forgot, where's the other chair? Somebody must have put it back, bear with me. Let me get the dining room chair. Right. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Only an hour delayed, everybody. So sorry, best laid plans. Did aim to put a postponement message out there, but had absolutely zero signal from where I was in a place called South Kilworth, not far from the M1 junction off Lutterworth. I've been footying. So this week so far I am, what, 4 hours deep into football, with another 2 hours to go. No, 3 more hours to go today of football. So yeah, making a good dent into, I've had a great time this morning, an absolutely great time with primary school in the local area. Hopefully, there were some great girls there, really good, great positive atmosphere. Teachers were taken aback as how well they just kind of got stuck in. Okay, we had a couple of little criers in the smaller group, but yeah, it's all character building, this stuff, isn't it? So yeah, not long been home. Had a quick run around, charge around. Got to get some sort of dinner prepped up for the troops for when they get home, and then I'll be off out back at 2:30 for a 3 till 4 session, and then back to Kibworth Town for the 5 till 6 and then the 6 till 7 session. So literally this interlude of being home, movement snack, lunch. I've just sprayed the bathroom so I can go and wipe and clean the bathroom. Got some of the dinner partially ready. We'll have to nip to the shop to get extra ingredients for that dinner, but we're going to keep it simple. Nothing fancy, nothing really homemade either, on that note. Right, anyway, thank you for joining me, Gillian, Carolyn and Gillian as well. Shall we? 3, 2, 1. Afternoon, welcome. Tuesday, 5th of March 2024, and the 12 noon at the slightly delayed time of 1 o'clock. Shall we? Come on. I have got a cup of coffee here next to me, so I will have the occasional slurp if that's all right with you lot. Right, let's just push this table out of the way. There we have. Okay, so standing tall as we normally do, setting up before we set off into our circulation boosting actions and activities. Take a breather, pedal the legs, get the feet really moving here. There's a bit of a weight shift from right side to left side. As you do the weight shift from right side to left side in seated, that's a hip walk. Hold on maybe to the side of your seat to just manage the amount of sway you have there as you hip walk forwards and get stuck in to your foot pedals. Progress into leg marches from there. And just find your way into a comfortable, steady pace. Something that's not too high level, absolutely not intense. Is steady, is rhythmical, feels good. Here come the arm swings. That could be a single arm swing or a double arm swing, depending on how you're feeling. Really stand and sit strong through your centre. Use your external support as you see fit, according to how you feel today. And again, choose to come into standing or go into seated at any point too. It's all about figuring out what's best for you and with how you feel for today. So we're warming up. We're steadily warming up. Just this rhythmical, repetitive action just brings a lift to the body temperature, a lift to the heart rate, an increase to breathing rate as well, but not too huffy and puffy, and definitely nowhere near out of breath. There we go. Bring that down and take a pause right there. Okay, let's have a look at some positions of the feet. Some positions of the feet that will challenge your balance. If we challenge the balance, if we overload in one way or another the balance system, make you wobble, make you feel a little bit unsteady, your body will adapt and improve with its balance overall when you're just moving through your day-to-day stuff. A couple of things that give you a win-win. Always start with a posture setup, so we know that we're in the best position. We've got our muscles switched on. How you hold yourself here will impact how you move, and access to some external support as well. So we're going to be moving the feet into and out of different positions, holding some positions as well. But the balance challenge, it's not just when you're there, it could be present when you get into or moving through into or out of a position. So let's first of all, let's just take a step forwards, but it's a bit of a narrower step. Share the weight with the front foot and the back foot. Have a look here. I'm not completely crisscrossed over. I'm just slightly in front, but slightly more narrower than a usual hip distance position there. So share the weight, front foot, back foot. See if you can hotch that foot in a bit more, and then maybe back a bit more. So you've got maybe an inch or so gap between your heel and your toes. Think about your usage of external support. Follow these positions up in seated as well, trying to get the feet flat. Sit tall, brace everything here, but brace and breathe. You should still be able to breathe steadily. Now in seated, we're not going to have much of a balance challenge. We need to be on our legs for any balance challenges to kind of come really into full force. But we can take our feet through these stepping positions into and out of different places. And we can also add a bit of arm reaching. So whether that's a bit of forwards arm reaching and a hip hinge, it could be a bit of a sideways arm reach, just shifting your weight over onto one side of your hip more so than the other, or it could be even a bit of a side bending side reach as well, in different positions with your feet. Okay, so from that front foot there, take it straight into the back foot. So the same position, but we've just switched legs. Share the weight equally, front foot and back foot once again. Hold it there. Check your not resistance, we're not using bands or anything like that. Check where your hands are, whether you want to go full hand hold, fingertips, very tip of your finger, one hand, two fingers or two fingers or one finger maybe, hovering, could be to in and fro in there, or drying your arms down by your side. Lots of different options there. Find your and work through. Okay, so from that back foot there, we're going to step into a one-leg stand. So just moving more fluidly through one position to the other. So stand strong through this hip. In seated, that might not quite be a tuck back. It could be, if your leg is comfortable there, it could be a tuck back and a lift, or it could be a knee lift to there. And we can put in a few different reaching actions as suggested before. So we're on the one side there. Rather than put the foot down, if you can, step through and into the other side, one leg stand. You can see that from the side. Heels up, knees are close together, and pointing down towards the floor is this lifted knee. Again, test your balance. See how much or how little external support usage you can have. Lovely. See how you feel. See how you feel with your aeroplane arms can sometimes help with balance challenges. Now step back onto that leg that you've just had lifted and lift the knee to the front. We're going to go into a flamingo swing type motion. So starting here, brushing back to there, and we've got a few that we can do here. Now in seated, we're not really going to be able to do that very well. It's really difficult to tuck the foot back. So what we can do in seated is go for those knee lifts, but try and get some opposite arm to leg coordinating movements together. So kind of like a ladder climb, a cargo net climbing action. Now this can really test your strength and stability in the centre of your body. So brace. If you want, rather than opposite arm to leg, you could take a double arm reach. Try not, of course, to hinge back, slump back, roll back. Try not to do any movement there. Just letting the arms and legs move around a really secure centre. Do a few of those, singles or double arms. If you're in standing, step through and take a steady turn around. So we can do the outside leg, the legs furthest away to your external support with the flamingo swing. So the knees coming up to about, maybe just a bit lower than hip height, and then the heels tucking back, but not in a way that you're kind of seesawing, swaying your top half. This bit stays up and the leg just moves around. Keep going with that. Do a few more. So we've got a few variations in there of stepping into and out of different balance challenges and different moves, whether they're still or moving. And often getting into a balance position, a balance movement, can be just as challenging as what it is itself. Take a pause there. All right. Onto the tea towel then. Onto a tea towel move. Let's have a look at just folding it over a few times. We'll take it into a roll and we'll have a go at our wrist gripping, strengthening for the grip, for the wrist, for the forearms, all of those moves for handling stuff. You might prefer to come into seated for this, everyone. So take a slow, controlled land into your chair and a readjust of your position, switching on the posture muscles and positioning our hands about level with the breastbone. Elbows, just flare them out to the side a little bit. Here we've got a good firm and a tough squeeze. Here we have a good firm and a tough twist, which is moving the elbows into the trunk, and then a good pull upwards and downwards. You won't see any movement there, but you'll feel a lot of what's going on. Go again, squeeze, elbows move, and just from an aerial view, There they go, the elbows, and there they go, the wrists. And then that's a pull upwards and downwards without coming into hunchy crunchy shoulders. If you're in standing, take up a really good solid standing position. Feel strong there. Obviously with both arms moving, you've got no option to hold on to your external support. Saying that though, you could just rest up against something if you prefer to be in standing. Is that Bex's picture in there? Squeeze, twisting and pulling really hard, solid pulling. You've done about 3 or 4 on that side, so let's take the bottom hand to the top. I'm guessing most of you are probably in seated for this move, so I'll join you back for the last couple of moves here. A squeeze, a twist and a pull. A really good pull, creating lots of tension but not actually moving very much. Squeeze, twist, pull. A little tug of war with your top hand to your bottom hand. Take a pause. You probably notice that your grip feels quite tight. Open up your hands, open up your fingers. Maybe just give that a little rest and recovery. Get fingers moving. Okay. Final one. This went down well the other day. We'll do an inner thigh gripper. You'll need a cushion. I'll need a swig of coffee. You will definitely need a seated position for this. And you'll need to close your knees in and around to that cushion. Now, all this is, and a very simple, easy thing to do. Squeeze the knees in, really squeeze, really grip, really brace, and then ease off. Again, it doesn't look much, there's not much movement involved, but the feeling of gripping, tightening, contracting the muscles along your inner thighs, and relax. You will feel it more than you'll see any movement that's going on. Go again, squeeze, grip, hold, maybe up to 2, 3, 4, tops 5 seconds, and then ease off. The muscles will likely start to get tired, especially if you're holding it for 4 or 5 seconds each time you squeeze. That's a longer, more lengthy time under muscular tension there. Squeeze, and by the time you get through a few, so maybe in the region of 5, 10, 8, somewhere around there, you're feeling it. You're feeling the tiredness kick in. You're feeling the effort. It's taking greater effort on those last few attempts. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Strengthening out on the inside of your knee joints as well. Squeeze and release, relax. I've probably got a couple more in the tank. What about you? Squeeze, and actually quite a good point of you can be multitasking and doing other stuff whilst you're involved in crowbarring in a couple of moves. Look, easily sit on a table, have a chat, have a cup of tea, coffee with somebody, your friend, your family members, and get 2 for the price of 1. There we go, everyone. Multitasking, crowbarring at its very best there. Okay, everyone, thank you for joining me on this slightly delayed 12 noon. I do apologise if you were trying to find me at 12 noon. I, of course, was nowhere to be found. You're ever likely not to find me if there's no 3G signal to tap into, which there just wasn't this morning, not a jot of signal. But thanks for joining me now. Hopefully those of you who are ready for the 12 noon will manage time to do the catch up. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Ta-ra for now.